Hello, I'm Eli Sutton, and some personal takeaways and thoughts from our class and things we've studied. So far, my favorite thing was the TED Talk about the rewilding TED Talk. I thought that was really interesting. Basically, rewilding is the mass restoration of ecosystems, and talks about how wolves were absent for 70 years in an area, and the deer population started to grow like too much to the point where they started eating all the vegetation. And then when we reintroduced wolves, or when wolves were reintroduced, the deer population decreased. The vegetation started to come back and flourish. The wolves killed coyotes, which helped out the smaller animals, and then the smaller animals brought in birds of prey. And they even started to change like the landscape and change the rivers and stuff. And I think that it is an interesting video because it's a powerful case for reintroduction of species, and I think we should look more into that. So that's probably my favorite topic so far. And defining in my own words, ecology and biodiversity. So ecology is basically the study of organisms and how they interact with the environment around them. And similarly, biodiversity is all the different kinds of life you'll find in an area and their interactions with one another. So it's basically like an ecosystem, like the interactions within an ecosystem and the variety of animals within an ecosystem. Okay, so explain the role of an organism in the environment and what term do we use to describe this. In ecology, the term niche describes the role an organism plays in the environment. The three main ecosystem roles an organism can occupy are producers, consumers, and decomposers. Producers are organisms that can make their food, such as trees, shrubs, grass, algae, just like plants and vegetation, that can absorb energy from the sun and use it to produce their own food. Primary consumers are herbivores. Their food source is the first trophic level of organisms within the food web or plants. Decomposers are organisms that break down dead or decaying organisms. Like an example of this might be fungi. Explain how this particular attention paid to cycling of energy and nutrients. So basically, like we learned about on one of the first days, there's a food chain. It's basically, the definition of food chain is the transfer of energy between organisms. And so as each organism gets eaten or consumed by another, there's a transfer of energy, and that continues, and that's basically what a food chain is. And that's what energy flow in an ecosystem is as well. All right, well, I think that's it. Thank you.